What's up, everybody? It's your boy Alexis Maurice and
Trey Hollywood.
So we need all of y'all to pour yourself a glass of wine. He got some
soda.
Some soda.
I had too much drinks
orange
today.
crust. This bitch got this stuff right here. This orange crust ghetto stuff or whatever for all y'all people out there. I have some Martinelli's sparkling cider tonight. I done had enough to drink, so I'm being sober at this particular point. But put on some lipstick, pull yourself together, and let's have a little chit-chat about what's happening in Hollywood this go-round.
Okay, well, so recently, yesterday, supposedly what happened was ChrisBrown and Frank Ocean.
Oh my God, yes. I woke up like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was looking at all these tweets and all kind of stuff like they were talking about how those two ended up fighting yesterday outside the studio. I don't understand. You remember how you were in elementary school and the teacher always tell you in the classrooms, keep your hands, feet, and objects to yourself. Right. I don't understand why ChrisBrown can keep his hands, feet, and objects to himself.
But this is the thing, though. Supposedly, ChrisBrown actually went to go shake Frank Ocean's hand. You know, because this is what sources say. ChrisBrown was leaving the studio. Frank Ocean supposedly stopped ChrisBrown. Okay. And was like, "This is my studio. This is my parking spot." And
being the queen.
Right, and ChrisBrown went to go shake his hand. And supposedly when ChrisBrown went to go shake his hand, that's when one of his friends slapped his hand. Right. And then that's when Chris basically pushed Frank Ocean, and that's when it all started. I just really hope that this is not an act of Frank Ocean really trying to get ChrisBrown in more trouble, because you know he's already on probation. Right. Anything else he does, if he slap a dog the wrong way, he's back in jail. Girl. Yeah, you know, this all started from when he started with Rihanna to breaking windows at Good Morning America.
Oh yeah, I forgot he bitch queen out in front of all those people at Good Morning America.
And then got in a fight with Drake last year, right, or whatever
towards the last part of last year
at the club. So he's been more so in trouble than he's been in the studio making an album.
Yeah, like ChrisBrown just seems to can't get out of like in front of the public eye for negative reasons. And quiet as it's kept. I'm just saying what everybody is saying or what people are thinking. Have you seen ChrisBrown lately?
Yes, I have.
Like, you know, I ain't one to start rumors and gossips and all kind of stuff like that. But to me, it just seems like he's getting a whole lot more thinner. He's always having those bags up under his eyes. And you know what they say when the girls be dealing with that Alice and that nose candy, their eyes around here start changing colors and stuff. I'm just saying, it just looks like ChrisBrown might be on that shit really, really, really bad. Or whatever. And I hope that that's not causing him to spaz out all the time or whatever, where the drug problem is getting out of control. I mean, because, I'm going to just be honest with you. Coke is the new drug of choice now. Everybody is doing coke. Everybody's doing coke. Every time, every party that I go to, somebody's doing a line. And so, I know it's prevalent in the entertainment industry. So I just hope that, Chris, you don't have a drug problem. And I'm sorry to even put this out there, but it just seems that way. So hopefully I'm wrong. You're not on that shit. But if you are, you need to go ahead and get yourself cleaned up, because like you're in fight after fight after fight after fight, and it really, really needs to stop, because like I ain't gonna say you're a public figure, but a lot of people look up to you.
They do. Because I vocally and the way he writes, I do admire
and dance. I like Chris Brown.
Yeah, I do.
I really, really do. But he needs to stop fighting, because he's doing entirely too much these days. But from what we were reading, it was like the whole fight broke out. Frank Ocean's finger got slit, so he made, like, what did his tweet said something. Let me see what his tweet said.
His tweet was basically saying, I got jumped by Chris and his boys, and he was like, I wish, Everest was here. Right.
Jumped by Chris Brown and a couple of guys, LOL, I only wish Everest were here. Then the next thing he said, cut my finger now, I can't play with two hands at the Grammys. And I just hope you don't jeopardize your Grammy Awards. Yeah, because we don't know if the people of the Academy or whoever voted yet. So if they haven't voted, you don't want to jeopardize your career and your awards and shit just because you out there and you queening out with another queen in the entertainment industry. Right. I mean, that's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is all this gay violence just needs to stop.
Cease.
Right. So if y'all gonna be, if people gonna be lovers, be lovers. If you're gonna be secret friends, secret lovers, that's just what we are. But anything else with that whole ChrisBrown thing?
That's all I really. The last update basically was saying that they're investigating it and they want to talk Chris Brown because he left the scene.
Yeah,
and that's why it makes it seem like Frank is more.
She stayed on the scene and she spelled all T's, girl. She said everything. She told the popos everything.
Yes.
So I mean, hopefully, guys, y'all can get it together. Y'all can go ahead and squash whatever's going on because both of y'all are some great artists. We love to hear your music and all that stuff. Chris Brown, we just want you to stop fighting, girl. Put a hole in that temper because you just be doing entirely too much. But speaking of other feuds and confusion and stuff like that, so what's going on with this whole Michelle and, you know, Beyonce's coming up. I'm getting ready for the Super Bowl. We having a little Super Bowl party over here at the crib. Can't wait. Party.
Yeah.
Child, I saw the funniest thing on Instagram. It was like the football players was standing had a picture of Beyonce. Tons of, we heard that there's some football game during that Beyonce concert next week. That was the funniest thing.
I saw that. That was hilarious.
But apparently, we were reading. What happened now?
Well, apparently now Michelle is coming out and saying that they won't be reuniting, and because Michelle's going to be doing her little not her tour but her play.
Broadway stuff.
Yeah. So supposedly now Michelle is saying that they're not going to be singing together. It's just going to be Beyonce. I honestly think that's just, you know, since the whole Beyonce lip-sync at the inauguration, the nose is like, oh hell no, Beyonce, you performing alone.
Yeah.
You got to redeem yourself.
Yeah.
So I think that's really what it is, and then I feel bad for the other girls.
Yeah, because, I mean, at one moment, Beyonce put up on her website that Destiny's Child was performing together, and now we have rumors of Michelle talking about how they're not going to be performing. She's going to be doing something else. So I don't know if they're just doing this just to be try to pump fake us or whatever the day of the Super Bowl. And I ain't gonna be surprised because I'm over this whole foolishness or whatever. First of all, I mean, I don't like the whole lip sync thing with Beyonce. I don't necessarily have a problem with Beyonce lip syncing because everybody does it.
Right,
you know, all of the greats have lip sync at some particular point in time. And it's not lip sync, y'all, it's lip sync. But anywho, all of the greats have done it at some particular point in time. Some people felt that it was a little disrespectful to do it at the presidential inauguration. I'm not going to go that far and say that it was necessarily disrespectful, but Beyonce, own it. If you lip sync, you lip sync. Girl, you still great. You still that bitch. You still that entertainer. You still that everything. You know, if you did it, you did it. I think when you messed up is when you got all excited, all that gyrating when you were Sasha Fierce, and you took that earpiece off, and that's when everybody was kind of like, girl, what is you doing? Why would you even do that? But if you did it, own it. That's all I asked you to do. I think you've taken this whole Oprah made the recommendation to you to keep everybody out of your business a little bit too far because you're a public figure, you're an entertainer. People want to know what's going on with you. They want to know what you're thinking. They want to know what you're doing. Girl, we want to know when you're taking a crap in front of Jay. We want to know everything. We want to know about Blue Ivy. Girl, we nosy. We are the people, and the people want to know everything. And you can't keep holding on to stuff because it's making me frustrated. Because I really like her. Like I said, let's do this again. Let's correct and tell the whole world we are Beyonce fans. We love her. But girl, you got to give us a little bit more personality. And if this HBO special that I'm going to order on demand on my AT&T Uverse, I don't even know if I can order it on demand. I don't know if I have to subscribe to it, but whatever the hell. If it's boring, girl, I'm going to attack. I'm going to be in attack mode the next time we have a blog. Because I'm tired of you giving us all this fakeness. Hype. It's just really, really getting them on it. Right, hype. It's a lot of hype. And you just don't deliver. But girl, I can't wait for your album to come out because I know it's going to be fire.
I just really want to know what it's going to sound like. But let's not dwell on Beyonce.
Anyway, but
basically the Super Bowl is coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
And Beyonce will be performing halftime. We still are not sure if it's rumored that it's going to be Destiny's Child. We don't know if it's going to be Beyonce, but the rumors are is that it's not true. And Destiny's Child will not be reuniting. And
I'll be disappointed because I done got kind of hyped to see those girls. Like all week long when I'm in the gym, losing my weight, you know, being bootylicious and everything in the gym. I've been listening to all my Destiny's Child and Beyonce albums because I got every last one of them. And I just been getting hyped thinking about all the songs that they going to have and all kind of stuff like that. But anywho, I'm over that whole thing. If y'all going to perform. If y'all not going to perform, Beyonce, you need to let us know what's up, girl, because we need to know the teas before we invite all the girls over to the house and we be in here in our leotards and booty shorts and all kind of stuff like that. Wait, girl.
I'll be watching the game, but okay.
Girl, let's go ahead.
Let's talk. Since we're talking about that kind of stuff, let's talk about Battle of the Bands. We went to the Battle of the Bands.
Yes, we were in Atlanta this weekend. We went to the Battle of the Bands, had a ball. We went to a little Coca-Cola thing and went to the aquarium. Fast forward to the Battle of the Bands. Everything was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was a little slow this year, though. I will say this. I've been going every year with...
Because FAMU wasn't there?
Yeah, because FAMU is that band. FAMU is that bitch, but they on suspension because they done been beating people to death and all kind of stuff like that. I guess the best band there was probably Bethune-Cookman.
You think so? I don't agree.
Well, I mean, when you think about levels of bands and, you know, all that kind of stuff, Bethune-Cookman is kind of right behind.
I think A&T really turned it out. They showed up and
A&T surprised me. They actually did pretty good. Yeah. But they didn't have a lot of people in the audience like rooting for them. They really didn't.
I don't know if it was because people hate. No, they did.
Not a lot. It wasn't a lot.
Especially when they do those tricks.
Anywho. So, Brandy, your girl, one of your BFFs, Trey knows the Brandy child. He lets everybody know he knows the Brandy.
She did her thing. She closed the show.
Yeah, she closed the show out. I don't want to step on your toes.
Go ahead and say what you got to say.
Because I'm going to say what I got to say because the people want to know. All I got to say is this. Brandy, like everybody in the audience was singing with her. You know, they was jamming with her, but nobody was up screaming and hollering like they did Monica, T.I., Bow Wow in the past years.
Name all those. Name each one of those. Name each artist and where they're from. Monica's from Atlanta. T.I.'s from Atlanta. Bow as well.
Girl, they ain't got nothing to do with
that. That does have a lot to do with it.
No, if you got that it factor, you can get the crowd up, hooping and hollering. Now, what surprised me about Brandy is I didn't know that she can dance the way that she danced. Or whatever. So, you know, she put on a nice little show. She was dancing. You know, she gave me fish and all kind of stuff like that. And then she was singing. Now, what I would have preferred Brandy to do was instead of singing the full-length songs, do kind of like 1 minute snippets of each, you know, to the hot parts or whatever the case may be to get the crowd, you know, hooping and hollering. Like I said, everybody was, you know, dancing into it, but it was just...
I think more so is where she was at.
Because
I heard Bow Wow he was in the middle.
He was in the middle, but he took his shirt off and he ran around the arena or whatever, him and T.I. or whatever, and so he got the crowd hyped. And Brandy
had them heels on. It was not about to run around. No.
Child, and them heels, those heels were fierce, honey. Them things were so bad. Did she tell you what kind of heels they were?
No, I didn't even get to ask. I just know they were gold and black. The damn heel was gold. That shit was hot. Very hot.
But, I mean, she did good. Don't get me wrong. Battle Dance was pretty good. It was a little slow to me this year than it was. But it seemed like there was a lot more people there. Yeah. She was at Club 585 in Atlanta. And a public service announcement to 585. Whoever runs that club. Let me tell you something. The club closed at 3 o'clock. I got there probably around 2 o'clock that morning.
Your fault.
Regardless of whose fault it is. I'm not going to pay $35 or $40 to go in a club that closed in 45 minutes to see an artist who had already performed or what I thought she performed in the club.
Right, she was not performing.
You're not going to sit there and charge me no $30 or $40 to get into no club when you about to close in 45 minutes. I was over that.
Now, mind you, it was $20 prior to when you all came. The reason why I went up to $40 is because
the party don't start till I get there.
Okay.
But anywho, like I was saying, I ain't finna pay no $35, $40 to get into a club to see somebody who had already been there for an extended period of time. I was over that bitch.
Bitch being in the club, not Brandon.
Yeah, not Brandon. Girl, I love you, girl. But yeah, I mean, the whole battle dance was pretty good. I had a good time. I was just over that whole experience, of course, at the club after that.
Well, let's talk about our final topic.
Which is?
Kim Kardashian and this whole divorce, pregnant by another man, still married.
Who you think gonna have the best pregnancy? You think Beyonce gonna have the best pregnancy or Kim's gonna have the best pregnancy?
Be honest with you, I think Kim is.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I think they're gonna be more open with it.
Mm-hmm.
And more willing to share pictures and be out. Because, you know, Kim, she loves to do beautiful things and blah, 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 blah. But supposedly, we all know she's still married. Right. And Chris is not going to let her divorce until she really admits that it was fraud, that she really wanted to do this just for publicity. Kim even offered him $10 million and he turned it down.
Yeah, he wants to get it annulled, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wants to get it annulled, but she wants to do the whole divorce thing. Right. Annulled basically means that it didn't exist.
Right.
It's just over completely. And she's offered him, I think, up to like $10 million. And I think he doesn't even make that playing basketball.
No, he turned that down.
Girl?
He turned that down. Even the family, Chris' family even wants it.
Because they just want it to be over with.
Yeah, because he got a younger sister that models, and she felt that that's hurting her career too. So.
I mean, Chris, just take the damn money. Child, you done got your 15 minutes of fame. You still play basketball. He play basketball, right? Or football. He plays basketball. You still doing your thing. You about to make $10 million off this whole deal. Bitch, you ain't never been married for how many days?
72.
72 days. And you getting $10 million. You ain't even been with that hoe for a year.
Let it go.
Girl, go ahead and let that thing go and go ahead and make that money because Kris Jenner is going to make her money. Speaking of which, Kris Jenner, I love you, girl. Once we keep on doing this thing, I want you to manage us or whatever so we, you can blow our careers up and all kind of stuff like that. But Kris Humphries, just go ahead and just give it up, child. Get your paycheck, make that money, make that bread, and keep it moving. Let it go. That's all I got to say about that whole shit. That's all I got to say about that.
That is not the alcohol to just make that happen.
Right.
I know.
This is a virgin drink tonight.
Well, we just really want to thank y'all for watching us. Leave comments,
Leave comments, good or bad, because we welcome the constructive criticism. Follow me on Twitter, Alexis Maurice. No, I'm not Alexis Maurice. I'm Tristan. No, what am I? Agent Pisces.
Yeah. Now that might be the alcohol. Agent Pisces, fool.
Right, I'm Agent Pisces. Pisces spelled with a Pisces, and this is...
Forever Trey, the number 4, ever, spelled the correct way, ever, and then Trey, Trei. That would be me. Okay,
well that's all we got to say. We didn't have game night tonight. We tired. We about to go to bed and all kind of stuff like that.
It's literally 2 o'clock.
We'll see y'all later. Mwah! Love you very much. Bye.